Hello dear students, welcome back to physics online class. So we have been discussing about that properties of the magnet. So whereas in case of that properties of the magnet, already we come to know that like poles will get repel each other, whereas unlike poles will get attract each other, and freely suspended magnet always stay at north to south direction. And also we come to know that magnetic monopole does not exist. It means that however you can cut the magnet always exist in pair we can consider. It means that individually we are unable to make that separation of north and south pole. So that's the mean of monopole does not exist. And also we come to know about that force of attraction or repulsion between the poles of the magnet. So the force of attraction or repulsion between the poles of the magnet, which is directly proportional to the pole strength and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So all such things already we discussed in previous video, and I think we're in the discussion of freely suspended magnet always stay at north to south direction. Some of you send that answer for that one, and that's the right answer. So all of you send that right answer to me. Look at here, why that freely suspended magnet always stay at north to south direction. For example, treat this is the earth. For example, I am having one bar magnet here. So magnet consists of north pole as well as south pole here. So if that magnet is in this position, I hang in this position, look at here. So why that needle means why that a magnet always stay at north to south direction means why? Because earth is behaves as a magnet. So earth is act as a magnet. So because of that magnetic property of the earth, look at here, this is the south pole of the magnet, this is the north pole of the earth. So unlike poles will get attract each other, right? Unlike poles will get attract each other. Here north pole of the magnet, here south pole of the earth we can consider. So unlike poles will get attract means the south pole of the magnet is attracting towards that north pole here. Look at here, the bar magnet stay in this position. So why? Because earth is behaving as a magnet. So that's what freely suspended magnet always stay at north to south direction. So this is the answer for that a basic property of the magnet. So in today's session, so we'll have a talk about that properties of magnetic field lines. So before going to start about that, so in physics I think you heard about that unification of the theory in first P. What does the mean of that unification of the theory here? Unification of the theory means so we can make that comparison between the two property. For example, electric field and magnetic field are unified we can consider. What's the mean of unified here? Whatever the properties of electric field exhibit, the same property the magnetic field is going to exhibit. Already we come to know about that electric field and properties of the electric field. Now we have to study about that magnetic field and properties of the magnetic field. Whereas in case of that electric field, we can consider that field lines are starts from that positive charge. Electric field lines are starts from the positive, ends with the negative. No electric field lines will get intersect we can consider, and tangent drawn at any point will give the direction. In the similar aspect, we can consider that properties of magnetic field. So we'll have a talk about that properties of magnetic field we can consider. Magnetic field. So before going to discuss about the properties of magnetic field, so we can consider that bar magnet here. Look at here, treat this is one bar magnet. It consists of two poles, right? Magnetic field lines are means magnetic field lines are basically imaginary lines. These lines are starts from the north and ends with the south direction. Look at here, magnetic field lines are starts from the north and ends with the south direction. So these are all the magnetic field lines. Look at here, I said that magnetic field lines direction is mandatory. Direction means magnetic field lines are starts from the north, ends with the south here. Look at here, this is the direction of magnetic field lines. Look at here, first thing we can consider magnetic field lines are starts from the north, ends with the south here. Magnetic field lines magnetic field lines start from north and ends with south. We can consider what's the first property here. Magnetic field lines are starts from the north and ends with the south. We can consider, and the similar way we can consider no two magnetic field lines get intersect here. Look at here, for example, if the magnetic field lines will get intersect here, then what happens here? Magnetic field lines having single direction, starts from the north, ends with the south, I said. But if that magnetic field lines will get intersect, means at the point of intersection there is two possibility, so that is not true. Look at here, magnetic field lines never intersect. We can consider, look at here, we are considering that properties of the magnetic field lines. Wait a minute. So in case of magnet, we have to consider that properties of magnetic field. As I said that electric field and magnetic field lines are unified. Unified means the properties of electric field and properties of the magnetic field lines are similar, we can consider. And second point, so before going to discuss about that, second point we can consider, I want to find the direction of the magnetic field lines. How to find the direction of magnetic field lines? I have to draw on the tangent line. Look at here, tangent drawn at any point to the magnetic field. Tangent drawn at any point to the magnetic field gives direction of field lines. What does it mean? Look at here, this is north pole and this is south pole. These are all the magnetic field lines, I said. Now I want to find the direction of magnetic field at this point. So in order to find the direction of magnetic field, just I need to draw one tangent line. That tangent line represents the direction of the magnetic field lines. Look at here, in order to get the direction of magnetic field lines, what suppose I have to do? I have to draw one tangent line at the point. So that tangent line represents the direction of the magnetic field, and we'll go for next point. Look at here, in case of that magnetic field lines, I said that magnetic field lines never intersect. Why? Because at the point of intersection you will get the two tangent line. It means that two directions, so that is not possible. Look at here, north and south pole. Suppose magnetic field lines are like this. Look at here, this is point of intersection. Look at here, at the point of intersection it has two possible direction. So it has two possible direction means, so magnetic field lines are having in this direction and as well as this direction. So it is not true. Why? Because magnetic field lines are starts from the north, ends with the south. It has only single direction. If it intersect means there is a two possible directions. So it is not true. So that's what we can believe, that magnetic field lines never intersect. Why? Because at the point of intersection it has more than two direction or more than one direction you can consider. Look at here, magnetic field lines never intersect. Why? Because at the point of intersection it has two possible direction. And fourth point, so that is interesting thing. So in case of that electric charge and field, properties of electric field lines, I said, so field lines are starts from the positive charge, ends with the negative charge. So two electric field lines never intersect. We can consider tangent drawn at any point to the direction of electric field will give the direction of electric field lines. These points are same. And one more point we consider, in case of that electric field, we consider that electric field lines never form a closed loop. So did you get my point? Look at here, this is positive charge. For positive charge, field lines are only outward direction. Closed loop means this is the mean of closed loop here. So if it is positive charge means there is no possibility of that closed loop. Why? Because for the positive charge field lines are outward, for the negative charge field lines are only inward direction. There is no possibility of closed loop in case of electric field. But whereas in case of magnetic field lines forms a closed loop here. Why there is a difference between electric field and magnetic field? Why? Because in case of electric field we can make separation of positive and negative, so that's what that's what closed loop is not possible. But whereas in case of magnetic field means magnet consists of north pole as well as south pole. Here monopole does not exist, I said. It means that if the magnetic field lines starts from the north, it will ends with the south. Here starts from north, ends with the south. There is a possibility of closed loop. Magnetic field lines forms a closed loop, unlike that electric field. So that is the only one difference between properties of magnetic field lines as well as electric field lines. So hope you get my point. In case of electric charge and field, individually we can take that positive and negative, but we are unable to take that north and south individually. So there is a possibility of the formation of closed loop. So magnetic field lines form a closed loop we can consider. Look at here, one more property related to magnetic field lines, that is magnetic field lines forms a closed loop, unlike electric field. But in case of electric field lines there is no possibility of closed loop, but whereas in case of magnetic field lines it forms a closed loop we can consider. So these are all the properties of magnetic field lines. Next we'll go for that. In case of that magnet we consider that, and in case of that electric field we consider that distance between positive and negative charge we can consider as electric dipole length we consider. In the similar way we can consider that magnetic length and as well as pole strength and as well as magnetic dipole moment, as already we studied about that. So in case of that electric charge and field we come to know about that electric dipole length. So that is dipole, simply we can call it as a dipole length. That is electric dipole length we got, and electric dipole we got, and a dipole moment. In the similar way I can consider magnetic dipole length, and first we can consider that magnetic dipole length we can consider, and magnetic dipole moment we can consider. So all such aspect will magnetic length here. So like that we discuss in case of that electric length we can consider, dipole length we can consider as magnetic length here. So magnetic length is represented by that letter 2L we can consider. What's the mean of that magnetic length here? The shortest distance between the two poles we can consider as magnet length here. What are those two poles? One is north, another one is south here. So how to define that magnetic length here? The shortest distance between two poles, the shortest distance between two poles along the axis of the magnet, along the axis of the magnet is called magnetic length, or one more term we can consider, that is effective length. What is that magnetic length or effective length here? The shortest distance between the two poles along the axis of the magnet is called magnetic length, or also we can call this one as effective length. So what's the mean here? The shortest distance between two poles along the axis of the magnet. For example, treat this is one bar magnet, right? Look at here, the interesting point is, in case of that magnet, whatever the poles we can consider, poles are not exactly present at the edge of the magnet. Look at here, there is some space left, here also some space is left. Look at here, in case of the magnet, whatever the poles we can consider, poles are not present at exactly at the edges here or exactly at the ends, so there must be some gap here. So the distance between, so the shortest distance between the two poles, so this we can consider as magnetic length or effective length. So this we can consider as magnetic length or effective length. But look at here, the end to end distance we can consider as geometric length. Look at here, effective length or magnetic length. So effective length or magnetic length means the shortest distance between the two poles. So this is the shortest distance. So in case of that magnet, poles are not present exactly at the edges, so poles are present somehow inside the magnet. We can consider this shortest distance we can consider as magnetic length, whereas the end to end distance we can consider as geometric length we can consider here. And in case of this magnet, so this is the bar magnet, I will take that one more example, that is horseshoe magnet. Look at here, this is horseshoe magnet, artificial magnet. This is south pole, this is north pole, right? This is horseshoe magnet. Now as the definition, the shortest distance between the two pole. Look at here, the shortest distance between two pole, so this is act as a diameter, so we can take this as 2r. We can consider its dipole length is 2r. Look at here, so magnetic length or effective length, magnetic length which is equal to 2l here, and for this second case, magnetic length which is equal to 2r or 2l, 2r. Here we can consider that magnetic length or effective length, and this is geometric length. Here geometric length which is equal to total length, that is L. Here geometric length value is, here geometric length, so here geometric length, so total circle is 2 pi r, half of the circle, that is pi into r. So from this thing, magnetic length in this case and in this case, magnetic length is independent on the shape of the magnet. Remember here, magnetic length is independent on shape of the magnet, So magnetic length is depends only on the position of the poles. So look at here, and it depends on the position of the pole we can consider. Look at here, magnetic length is independent on the shape of the magnet. For bar magnet also 2l, for that horseshoe magnet also 2r or 2l we can consider. It means that magnetic length is independent on the shape of the magnet, but that magnetic length is depends upon the position of the magnet here. And here we can consider that relation between magnetic length and geometric length we can consider. Look at here, magnetic length, so which is shorter here out of that magnetic length and geometric length? Magnetic length is short here. Why? Because poles are present inside the magnet. Magnetic length is always less than geometric length. Here, remember here, in case of that magnet, whatever the poles we can consider, poles are not present exactly at the end, so poles are present somehow inside the magnet. So that's what magnetic length value is always less than that of geographic length. But mathematically we can calculate the value of magnetic length and geometric length. So that value is magnetic length which is equal to 5/6 times of geometric length. magnetic length also we can call it as effective length. One more term for magnetic length, or also we can call it as effective length here. Here magnetic length or effective length, which is equal to 5/6 times of the geometric length. Why I consider that magnetic length is 5/6 times of that geometric length here? Why? Because magnetic field lines at the end we can consider magnetic field lines per unit area at the end, so it is less here. Look at here, magnetic field lines per unit area at the end is less. So as I come that inside the magnet, for example around about that 8%, if you come that inside that magnet, you will get that more magnetic field lines. So that is experimental determined value. Magnetic length is 5/6 times of the geometric length. Why I consider that magnetic length is 5/6 times of that geometric length? Means whatever that magnetic field lines we can consider, magnetic field strength we can consider, field strength at the end we can consider, or physical length we can consider. So this geometric length also we can consider as physical length, right? So physical length, magnetic field lines at the physical length is less here. So whatever the magnetic field lines are there, it means that magnetic field lines are started inside the magnet, not at the edge we can consider. So that's what we can consider magnetic field lines per unit area at the edge is less as compared to that of inside we can consider. Inside there is more crowd compared to that at the edge you can consider. So we can believe that geometric length is, we can believe that magnetic length is 0.84 times greater than that of geometric length we can consider. Magnetic length is so 0.84 times of the geometric length we can consider. Magnetic length is 0.84 times of the geometric length. So in case of this thing, magnetic length is less here. Magnetic length value is less than that of geometric length we can consider. Why? Because magnetic length means the shortest distance between the two poles. These poles are present always inside the magnet, not at the end of the magnet. So that's what we can believe, that magnetic length is always less than that of geometric length. So its value is, magnetic length is 5/6 times of the geometric length. That is experimentally calculated value. We can believe that magnetic length is 5/6 times of the geometric length.